to the Cloudy and Rowdy podcast, everybody. We're doing fucking new thing right now. We're going on YouTube Live. Jim Bean's fucking with the camera. Thank you for I got it done. And hopefully this shit works out. You know what I'm saying? If you're there and you can chat away, cocksucker. Jim Bean, he'll be sitting there reading shit. You know what I'm saying?
What's good, guys? I'm camera now.
You know, just try every week. Like I said, we improving, we experimenting, trial and error. You know, learn the hard way and keep on pushing through the bullshit. Hello.
We only bring the best for you guys.
Episode 25. Made it another week. Free, still free, not in jail. Hello. Reefer's completely legal out here, but nothing changed. You know what I'm saying? And but that's old news. Hello.
Ben Johnson says, "What's up?"
Who?
Ben Johnson.
Oh, Ben Johnson been quick around Georgia. What's up, you bad?
Hey, we'll give us stable. Hold on. Here we go.
Fucking Jim with the camera, man. God damn. Thank you. Fuck. It's like I told him. We've been here for an hour. This motherfucker ain't got this camera in the spot. You know what I'm saying? But as you can see, I'm still waiting for guests to show up. I don't really book guests for this show. I kind of just, you know, I do it here at Marty's on the main stage, live on Sunset Boulevard. And as it starts getting closer to the open mic to open, people come, they walk in, they're like, oh, what the fuck's going on? I'm like, hey, come on stage if you want. Bang, 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 let's goddamn talk about something, you know? I don't really have topics and subjects, I just go with it, you know? And if you've been watching, then you know. Hello. If you're new to the show, thanks for blazing in with your boy Tommy Easter on the Cloudy and Rowdy podcast. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, what is there to talk about? The mudslides, rest in peace to all the victims.
Crazy.
Up to what, 18 now?
18
people.
Montecito.
Rest in peace once again to my homie Lil Shane's mom and dad. Losing both your parents and within a couple days like that, that's a jagged pill, but the silver lining behind it is, you know, lovebirds, they sing together and they go out together. Hello? So that's pretty cool. They're both up there enjoying the heavens together. And so that's the silver lining in that shit. And I don't know, what else has been going on, Jim Beam?
And fucking 90-degree weather in the middle of
oh my God,
January.
it was fucking 86 degrees today, dude. I was like in my van watching football and it got hard to breathe. And I was like, what the fuck, man? I fucking opened my phone, I look at the weather and it said 86. I was like, why? You know, can we not get a break out here? What the fuck's going on? Dude, all last week it was fucking like 55, 60, and then at night 40. You be freezing your fucking balls off out here in Cali at night if you don't fucking, if you don't have a goddamn jacket or something like that. And then today it's just like, you better be, I was laying in my motherfucking van with just boxers on. That's why I text Jim Beam. I text Jim Beam like, yo, have you left your place yet? Because I got to get all my shit together because I still had to put on pants and everything because I wasn't going to be in that van fucking with pants on. And the parking spot I got, it's a good spot because I'm not in front of no one's house, but there's no tree. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to go back to my tree spot, man, if it's going to get this hot already.
I mean, I felt like an asshole I talked to my mom earlier and they're getting 8 inches in Kentucky right now, snow. And I'm like opening windows, fanning myself, like turning the AC on. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's blazing out here.
Can't even compare.
So I don't know, man. I guess there's there's good and the bad with that shit, you know. Because at least it's not 8 inches of snow. It's weird because Florida got snow for the first time and shit.
No shit.
Yeah, fucking
That's big for them. That's a big deal when Georgia gets snow. When it finally like goes past Tennessee, that's usually.
Yeah. But we usually get it in North Georgia and closer to Atlanta. But this year it was South Georgia and North Florida, which was weird as fuck. You know?
Damn.
Rolled my ankle this week.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm a motherfucking soldier. You know, hey, I've been playing basketball. This year makes 30 years, people. Hello? I'm 37 years old. I'm pretty sure I started playing around 6, 7 years old. You know what I'm saying? So we'll just round up to 7 years old. This is 30 fucking years, man. I've rolled each ankle about 8 or 9 times. You know what I'm saying? Like, probably more, you know?
You ever broken one?
Nah, I've gotten lucky every time, man. What's up, Finn? I've gotten lucky every fucking time.
Yeah.
Dude, I rolled my foot and ankle so bad one time that my buddy Charles, he was there. He swore I needed a cast. We went, but it was so bad my mom took me to the emergency room. And then they took so fucking long in the emergency room. I was finally just like, fuck it. Mom, take me home. I'm sick of sitting in here. I'm not taking you home. I got up and bounced off my fucked up foot. I was like, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Trying to fucking get her to take me home. She did take me home because we waited another hour. They didn't come and see me. You know, I mean, fuck, you go to the emergency room and you're like, someone's like, got a kid here with a rolled ankle. I mean,
Send him over.
Back then I thought, what a bunch of dicks.
Right.
But now I'm like, of course, what was he gonna do? Put an ice pack on it and tell me, and some Tylenol and tell me go home? And that's it. That's all they could do, you know?
I was, when I was like a teenager, I was told I rode my ankle, and they put an air cast on it for a little bit because I was young, and took it off, and then like 3 weeks later called me and was like, "And you actually chipped bone in your ankle, and you should come back."
Damn.
And I was young and was already walking again, so I was like, "Fuck that! I'm not gonna go back to a cast."
Right.
Never did anything, and now like my ankle,
Does it?
it'll pop and it'll get pain every.
Does it get
once in a
painful?
while. Yeah, like I guess like what is that when it rains? That's arthritis. Like the
guess.
weather gets bad, because they say cold. Like old people hate the cold because
Yeah.
arthritis.
I haven't experienced arthritis yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get it. I mean, I did tile.
I guarantee your
I
knees
did tile work for 10
sports
years.
too.
And yeah, the combination of sports and tile, my knees are probably going to be the first to feel it, but my hands, man, when you do tile, man, there's a lot of fucking grabbing shit and holding onto a fucking spike. You got to hold onto the spike thing and hammer it, bow, 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 and if you miss, you hit a goddamn knuckle almost every time. It's a knuckle shot every fucking time, bro. That's why my fists are like as hard as rocks. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
I hit a motherfucker and they know it. You know?
I know. We all smoke weed. Have you ever used CBD oil on your hands?
I need to. Liam was telling me that when he seen my ankle. He goes, dude, use CBD oil. He was like, I've been rubbing it on my back lately, and it's been helping
really?
a lot. Yeah.
That's what my mom does. She'll put it on her back.
I got a good threshold for pain. It don't really bother me. Like when it first happened, it hurt as I was leaving the basketball court and hobbling over to this counter to get ice. But the most beautiful Asian I've ever seen in my life. She only works on weekends, and I'm hardly in there on weekends. And I've seen her before. I thought she didn't work there anymore, and she just come out of nowhere. She's like, do you need some ice? I was like, yeah. And she's so fine, dude. I didn't even feel the pain. I couldn't even focus on the pain. All I could do was stare at her like, you know, she was like, she goes, how many, she was like, how many times have you rolled it? I was like, I do this all the time. Like a fucking idiot, you know, not even thinking about how stupid that makes me sound. Oh, I do it all the time.
I have no coordination.
Yeah, I'm just an uncoordinated fucking idiot, right? Like, oh, God. Funny.
That is, man. Fucking. Have you ever broke a bone?
I've only broken my nose playing backyard football.
Yeah.
I was the receiver, and I was going for the catch, and and the ball was so high in the air, I was looking at the ball and not around me, and then that kid was coming for the ball, and he was looking for the ball, and his head hit my nose and broke it sideways, dude. It was fucking gnarly. And so we go to the doctor, and they tell you, you know, they're like, well, we can't do nothing for a week. The swelling has to go down. So they gave me fucking whatever type of pill, like ibuprofen or something, and was like, go home, you know, come back in a week, and we'll see if you need to have surgery and all this shit, right? So I come back in a week, and they're like, we're gonna send you to a specialist, you know, and see, you know, what he says. So the specialist tells me I can cut you down, I can cut you open and put the nose back perfect. He goes, but you'll probably have a scar. He goes, or I can shoot some Novocaine in your nose. You know, I can shoot some Novocaine in your nose and put you on this table. And he goes, and I can push it. I can push it back, you know? And so that's what I chose, because he goes, and then there'll be no scar, you know? And I was like, you know, what I'm thinking is I already got fucked up teeth. You know, I got gap teeth. I'm not a good looking dude. I'm not a good looking dude. Hello, exactly. Right? I'm not a good looking fella.
There's a reason I'm off camera now, guys.
So I can't have a fucking scar coming down my face. So this motherfucker zaps me with 2 shots of Novocaine in each side of my nose, and I lay down on a fucking thing like this, you know, and this motherfucker just starts pressing on my motherfucking nose, dog. And then you can see his arms start shaking and shit, and the fucking, my mom and the nurse in the room was like, oh, we have to leave. They fucking left the room. My mom said her stomach started hurting, and all of a sudden you hear, and that motherfucker just popped back straight, dog. Ooh. Pow! And I mean, like he was like, he goes, you okay? I was like, yeah. He goes, dude, you took that well. You know, I was like, I didn't really feel it, you know? I was more worried. I had a Nautica fleece on. This is back when Nautica fleeces were fucking, you know, in style. They were balling, right? I had an all white, like a cream colored Nautica fleece.
Yeah.
And I was worried about getting blood. The only thing I did when I got, I was like, hey man, don't let blood get on my fleece. He was like, you're worried more about that sweater than your nose right now, you know? He was like, I was worried about you being in pain, kid.
That's funny, man. When I was like, I broke my arm too, and it was one of those breaks where it's like an S shape, and they put my fingers in like Chinese finger traps and suspended it, and then just laid weights over my bicep.
Wow.
And you could, it pulled and straightened out, and I was so,
I couldn't do shit like that. I'm
well,
such a hyper
about
fucker.
Popping your nose like that, it kind of reminded me, and they literally just kept adding weight, and you would just watch it slowly, and then they casted it.
I'm such a hyper motherfucker, I couldn't have no shit like that in my hands.
They had all 5 fingers, and you were just hanging, and then
I'd have been, the whole time I'd have been like, fuck this, man. Look, I made a fist. Can I get this off? Doc, come here. Can we get this off today? I'd be one of those patients. I'd be like, can I get this shit off today? Come on, man. Look at this. Watch this. Watch this. Yeah, that's amazing, right?
Young.
I know. That's what I was telling. I was laughing with Liam because he was asking me all this shit. You know, everybody does the thing. When they see an injury, they ask you the little rundown. Did you put ice on it? Did you elevate it? Did you wrap it? Blah, blah, blah.
That's what I
right?
said to you.
So I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, I did all that because the Asian chick brought the ice. And when I was young and would roll my ankles, I never would put ice on them. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like this, bro. When you're at home, you'll get fucking kitchen ice from out the freezer. And it's them big fucking cubes, you know? And then your granny or your mom will just wrap it in a house rag. You know what I'm saying? That fucking rag's so thick, you don't even feel the coldness through it when they first put it on your ankle. All you feel is jagged ice cubes and shit. You know what I'm saying? All you feel is jagged ice cubes just pressing down on your fucking freshly rolled ankle. So I didn't have the patience to keep that shit on there until it got cold, you know? But I'm at a gym, all she had is thin ass napkins and crushed ice from a machine, and that shit was instantly cold. Perfect. And it felt good. So I fucking, for the first time probably, I left the ice on my ankle for like 20, 30 minutes, and then I got up and I hobbled into the showers, and I took a super hot shower, and then I ended it with like such cold water I had to stand in the corner of the shower and just stick my leg in it, bro. I couldn't let it touch the rest of me. It was fucking ice cold water. And then I hobbled my ass out front, and I took a lift that day, you know. But it was actually like the most care I've ever taken of a fucking rolled ankle. That's why I'm already back on this motherfucker, you know. Like, I mean, I can't go play a game of ball, but I mean, shit. You couldn't tell me which one's fucked up. Hello. Till I take my shoes off, and then you'll see that it's the left one, and it's fucking black and blue.
Falcons lost, bro.
Oh, man. Well, I mean,
breaking news for
bang, bang, bang! Matt Ryan, a fucking piece of shit. Imagine that. You know what I'm saying?
Atlanta's out of playoffs. BC Bleezy.
BC Bleezy, you bad motherfucker. Thanks for showing love, homie. The fucking Easter Army. Chiming in, blazing in. Fuck. That's why I like the Georgia game, that national championship game, people. I knew. I was watching and I was rooting for the dogs, but I mean, I fucking knew the whole time what was going to happen. When it started happening, I was telling people here, I was like, they about to fuck up. Here it comes. You know what I'm saying? Here it comes. This is what happens to them every year. They lose it in the end. And I'm pretty sure I just didn't get to see the end of the game, but because I purposely put that TV out of my sight, or I seen Finn going crazy, and it stopped me a while ago. So that's why I purposely put the TV out of sight. But I could just imagine them fuckers probably lost at the end of the game or some dumb shit, or they probably lost by that little shitty 2 points that they were up. You know, they couldn't even get a fucking field goal. You know, it drives me crazy the simplicity our teams go to in such a clutch moment. You know, it's like, I don't know, man. I seen a lot of drop passes though. It wasn't all Matt Ryan's fault this time, I think, because what little bit I did watch, that Gabriel kid drop some shit. Some other kid I've never even heard of drop some shit. You can't be going to them. I guess you can't go to Julio every time though. That's one thing that we do say. So that's a hard game, bro. Hey, I chose New England Philly for the Super Bowl though, so I was torn. I was like, I want my Falcons to win, but I don't want to be wrong. Bang, 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 you know what I'm saying? Because that was a bold predicament. I made the predicament, yes, when the other quarterback was in and he was playing lights out. But I don't put none. It's a good backup, man. Y'all forget that motherfucker was 27 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions when he came in for Vic that year. And he was lights out also. So I'm just thinking, like, out of the NFC, they're probably going to at least make it to the Super Bowl now that the Rams are knocked out, the Falcons are knocked out. The only team they got to worry about now is them young Saints, because Drew Brees is a true professional. Hello, that's a bad motherfucker, you know. I mean, and that's a lot, because that's my rival team, you know. And but you can't deny greatness, and fucking hey, Brees is a bad motherfucker, man. You know. But hey, good job, Falcons. Maybe you'll invest next year in another receiver or a lineman, shit like that. You know, like, I mean, it's getting easy to read our team. They know for a fact when it's 3rd and something, or we're on the goal line, we're looking for Julio. Get us another star tight end. You got to keep them guessing, man. You know, you can't just you can't be a one-man package. That's why the Saints are on a roll right now. They can go to fucking Ingram, they can go to Kamara, they can go to fucking Thomas. They got Jen Jr. fucking taking the lid off. Hello, and they got Brees delivering strikes. You know what I'm saying? So, that's the thing, man. It takes a lot to have a complete team. Then on the AFC, you got the god of football, young Brady, sipping on that fountain of youth. That fountain of youth is Giselle pussy. You know what I'm saying? That's his wife's pussy. Keeps him young, keeps him throwing touchdowns. Bang, bang, bang. You know? And that's all I got to say about that. I had this dude on the smoke pad. He was talking to me about animals last night, you know, because I think it would like surprise people, some of the knowledge I have on animals.
What animal?
We were just talking about cats, because I was telling them that I seen this thing where, because I just learned this, that the Jaguar has the fucking strongest bite of all the big cats. Lion, tiger, all that shit.
Oh my.
And I was like, damn. good timing. And I was like, damn, that's badass. I didn't know, you know, because it's like, it's either 2 Jaguars or 2 leopards. When they mate and have an all-black cub, that's what we consider a panther. But really, they're just Jags or a leopard one. If you look hard enough, you can see the spots on them. You know what I'm saying?
Black on black.
It's just like how, if a gray cat and a white cat mate and they have an all-black. You know, there's always an all-black kitten or an all-white kitten in almost every litter. Yeah. Just like that. So it's the same way with like fucking leopards. That's where the panther comes from. It's just an all-black version of one of those cats, you know. And no, it reminded me of this story where fucking when I was doing tile, I used to always get partnered up with my buddy Chris Stevens, you know, and we would he had a friend named Charles, and yeah, come on. And Charles' last name was Holman, but we called him Half Man, just to fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? But he wasn't no half man. Charles could hold his own. That motherfucker was a good fighter. He had a good punch on him, you know. And so the thing is, like,
hello.
Welcome Chelsea Greaux to the stage.
Chelsea Greaux, yes. Hey, how you doing?
Chelsea Greaux, that hair out. You know what I'm saying?
It's always
bang,
out.
bang, bang.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
but yeah, I was
before.
Yeah, I've been on before.
And now with the video.
Yeah, same video.
Yeah.
We got video. I threw a little print on for y'all. Actually, I had this on. I just happened to be here, so. Hey.
What
you talking about pussy? What you talking about?
I was talking about animals, right? Like,
Uh-huh.
so we was on our way out of town, and sometimes when Charles was one of the first people to branch off from Murray and start his own tile company, okay?
Oh, tiles. Talking about tiles.
Yeah, and it was Atlantic Tile or some shit like that. And so me and Chris, and like when Tom wouldn't have work for us or they'd fuck with us like that, Chris was buddies with Charles, so he would be like, throw us a job. So we went out of town with Charles one time to do a job, and I was sitting in the back of the truck, and they were talking about animals, and I was like, I tell you what's a badass animal, dude, is the narwhal. I was like, it's a fucking whale with like a unicorn horn coming out the top of his head.
Oh, okay. So it's like a.
It's really not a unicorn horn, and I know that.
It's like, no, but it's like.
It's a tusk. It's actually a tusk.
But it looks like a unicorn.
But it looks like unicorn horn.
Maybe it used to be a unicorn.
No,
horn.
it's an Arctic whale, and they use that tusk to bash through the top of the ice.
Ah.
You know what I'm saying? To knock the ice away and fucking. But I knew it wasn't a fucking unicorn horn. It just looks like one. But they call it the whale with the unicorn horn. So when I said that, Chris and Charles go, they're fucking Georgia rednecks, you know, in a lot of ways.
I see.
Much they don't want to admit it, you know. And
that is a redneck laugh. When you lean back and kick your
Oh, dude, they were.
There's always one side. It's just
right. They were in the front seat, fucking losing it, right?
Okay.
About how dumb I am because I think there's a whale with a unicorn horn. I mean, they fucking dogged me, and this is before we had Google on our goddamn phones and all that shit.
Oh yeah.
Like there was no way.
People talk to each other.
There was no way for me to prove this shit. That just
you got information from other people. That's what you had to do before phones.
I had to ride in a truck with these fucks for a fucking hour or two and just listen to them talk shit. They were like pointing out animals and just, dude, it went beyond, you know, look at that, Easter, what's that? A fucking dragon bird? Oh, unicorn whale. Oh! Like,
yeah.
it got fucking retarded.
I would have held the mirror up and been like, oh, what is that? Oh, you're just, you know,
it got retarded.
They haven't discovered your species yet.
It got retarded. So fucking, so like, I got so pissed off about it though, cause I can get fucking pissed. I got pissed off. I cussed them. We almost fought and shit. So Chris wouldn't let it go, cause I got so pissed off. So when we got to the hotels, you know, the hotels always have like little computer rooms and shit like that. So this motherfucker, he goes down there to prove me wrong.
He went like PC on you.
He gonna look it up, right?
Oh, okay.
Thing is, motherfucker, there's a narwhal in this world, and it ain't a goddamn unicorn, but it's a tusk, but it does look like one. And he was like, he said when him and Charles pulled that shit up, they both were like, they were looking at each other like. And then he printed out the pictures of it and shit, and fucking came up to my room and knocked on the door real loud and slid them under the fucking door and shit.
Oh shit.
And I picked them up and I just started laughing. I was like, yeah, motherfuckers, y'all know now, don't you? You know, they were like, damn,
you know
Easter.
That's crazy, man. Yo, yeah. Now, see, I learned something new. Unicorns in underwater. You know, listen. Let's just sounds like a Disney movie.
It's a cool fucking
Disney's
whale.
about to rip that off. They're like the whale with the unicorn horn. Like,
they're all white and shit, so you can't see them through the ice.
If they're white, Disney's definitely gonna do it. It's a white whale Disney, so go ahead.
With a fucking unicorn horn, right? Yeah. Why hadn't that been a Disney character yet?
Oh yeah.
They chose Flipper the dolphin.
Yeah.
Which they haven't remade. Remember
well,
that shit?
You can't remake Flipper though. Flipper was a
under
G
the
though.
sea.
Flipper, yo, like I remember one time like, I forgot all the other characters because they nothing mattered because it was all about Flipper. Okay, but I remember one time one of the characters was in the water. And like, you know, they were like, I guess trapped in like one of those underwater cages, and like the shark kept trying to knock the cage, and then Flipper came, and like, just, you know why you should be scared of dolphins? Because they always have a smile like the Joker, you know, but they will jack you up, alright? I'll tell you, Flipper just went banging that shark, bang, bang, shark started bleeding, and the shark's like, dang, okay, alright, Flip.
Do you think that's where the general public first got the knowledge, like, oh, a dolphin will fucking kill a shark, a dolphin will protect you from a shark?
Yeah.
You think that's where they like first got that?
Probably. No, media's powerful, but I thought that, I was like, oh, I need to make a dolphin friend. Like, I just need to make a dolphin friend, so, because that's the reason I don't ever...
Flip them upside down, don't they?
Do they what?
They flip sharks upside down.
Oh yeah, they can like just swim.
Well, yeah, because
under
dolphins, they swim with 2 or 3, you know, like max and shit. So they'll fucking shark up.
Dolphins roll deep. Okay,
Yeah,
sharks be out here rolling solo, and like it's like no, them teeth ain't got nothing on 4 flippers.
4
okay?
fucking snouts.
Right,
Yeah. Because dolphins got teeth too.
Yeah, they do, and they're not scared. I love it because dolphins be like.
A dolphin will fuck you though.
They'll laugh. That's why I call them the jokers of the sea.
You know
they will, huh?
You know they're perverts, right?
Oh yes.
They're trying to fuck you.
Oh yeah, no, they do. Yes.
They're rapers, man.
Yeah.
That's a scary. I'm telling you, just like the Joker. I'm telling you, they're like
Joker was a rapist.
Like the underwater Heath Ledgers, man. They're
Rest in
just
peace,
out there.
Flipper. I'm glad you're gone because, you know, there's probably some actresses that would have already came out on you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And talked
Flipper,
about
you avoided a huge
He
Me Too
ran that
hashtag
nozzle right up
trauma.
my
Like,
skirt.
feel free.
Right?
Flipper is safe.
That's hilarious.
Can you imagine someone trying to Me Too Flipper? Like, I was just at SeaWorld for a tour, and then Flipper said, I can give you a career.
Somebody on some podcast pulled up an article about a chick who was fucking a dolphin. Do you remember that?
No.
Dude, pull it up, Jim Beam. We got pull-up ability now, huh? Jim Beam got his laptop
Yo.
out. We ain't fucking around for 2018.
You know,
You're keeping it mean on the scene.
The level of bestiality that used to be on Nip Tuck, yo, there was like a woman who had to get plastic surgery because she kept putting
that
peanut
dog.
butter
Yeah.
on her vag so that the dog would eat it. And I was like, if you have to use food to entice an animal, that animal doesn't like you. Like, I don't know what she thought. She was like, yeah, the dog would have sex with, eat me and then sex with me. And I was like,
I forgot about that show. I used to love
try
that show.
Tinder, okay?
I used to love that show. That's back, you know, before
So-
I ever thought about being a comic or anything. I even thought about show business and shit. Me and my mom used to watch that shit together.
Nip Tuck.
Crazy.
What did you find the article?
Well, yeah, she said that she would just pretty much let the dolphin come so she could continue doing research on it.
That's what it was. She was a
easier
research
just
chick, and
it
she was
easier
jacking
just
it
to
off.
Let it come to get it out of its way, so then she
Right.
could focus on the research.
And then it got so used to that he wouldn't do anything unless she
Yeah.
jacked
So
it
the
off.
real question is, how many guys do you think are gonna dress up like dolphins for Halloween this year? Fellas, get you a dolphin costume and I'm so sorry.
Put a sign, have a sign that says, "I'm an experiment."
I mean, apparently the Falcons losing is still a big deal over here.
Yeah.
They're blaming Damien, the fag, for the loss.
Damn. Oh, that's Ben's buddy. He always calls him that. That's funny.
Yeah.
Blame Damien the fag. I don't know who that is, but every pair of smoke, he's like, shout out Damien the fag and all this shit. It's hilarious. So now he's blaming him for the loss. He streaked across the field, fucked Matt Ryan's vision up.
Dang, man. How's Green Bay doing? That's my team.
I don't think they're in it. I don't
They're
think
out.
they made it.
I
Yeah.
say, last I saw, there was a game like they did, I think last week or 2 weeks ago, but now it's like I think they're out. All right, well maybe next year.
Maybe
you
next
know,
year.
No, hey, listen, no, I've been a Green Bay fan.
That's all you can say. Yeah.
You know, for a while, and I remember my sister's a Steelers fan, right?
Mhm.
So I remember the 2010 we did the Super Bowl, right? It was Steelers versus Green Bay, and Green Bay hadn't won a Super Bowl in 13 years. And then I remember my sister used to always talk smack and stuff. So that game, the beginning, she was all texting me.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, "Oh yeah, we win it," because Steelers were up. She was like, "Oh yeah, we win it." You know what I'm saying? Watch out. I didn't say anything because I was like, I'm gonna let my team speak for themselves, okay?
Right.
This is when Rodgers went the fudge off, okay? Rodgers went off. He was like, he went in that locker room. He said, touch it. He was like Rick Ross.
When Rodgers is on, he's fucking. He's great to watch.
Ooh, boy, I was like, yes, he hit that, man. And they just, the defense was on, everything was on. You know, Matthews was on point. Jordy, everybody was killing the dog. And let me tell you.
Oh yeah, back when Jordy Nelson was good because he had after that injury, that's why
Well,
y'all struggled this year because he ain't the same Jordy.
But the thing is, though, I think that because the first few games that I saw when Jordy came back or whatever, he was getting it, whatever he was getting it. But I think that everybody knows, how good he is, So it's kind of like we were talking earlier. So everyone's gonna come and everyone's gonna double team him,
They put a safety over the top on it.
Right. And we had a lot more receivers at that time and running backs, but this is 2010. But when we won that game, I text my sister nothing. I called her straight to voicemail.
That's how it always is.
Don't talk smack until it is impossible for the other team to come back. That's when you talk smack, and that's a matter of time, points, and money. Okay.
I know better than to talk smack when it comes to my Atlanta teams. My whole life they've gotten come back on. It's unfucking believable, dude.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl, I lost memory of that, and I was talking so much shit to Cody Morley, and up until the tragedy of the turnaround of that game.
That game.
And then afterwards, I was like, that's what I get for talking all that shit. I should have known better than to talk shit like the Falcons were going to actually pull that shit out,
Hey man, how do you think Redskins feel? Like,
Oh, I know.
I grew up in the DC area, so I'm used to people, everybody in my family, Redskins fan. Like me and my sister are the only ones that are non-Redskins fans because we were like, oh, we like teams with like that we enjoy watching that are good.
Yeah.
We just like.
Well, Finn is a Bills fan. Imagine that. They went to 4 Super Bowls in a row and lost.
Oh jeez.
Damn.
So
yeah. Did you know that? Jim Beam don't know about sports.
Have the Bills ever won a Super Bowl?
I don't know, but they went to 4 in a row.
I wonder how many NFL teams have never won a Super Bowl.
I'm just saying, like, they might have been the best team that never won because they went 4 in a row. Think about that. So,
Damien's fault.
They were beat. It was Damien's fault, that motherfucker. He was tripping Thurman Thomas.
Dang. No,
they had bad luck like this. Like, they threw it to one of their receivers, and he was wide the fuck open, Don Beebe, and he took off, and he was like, he thought he was just so far in the clear that he went like this. And dude came up behind him and knocked the ball out at the 1 yard line, and they fucking got it. They didn't get the touchdown. They got the ball back.
See, that's what we call a Tyrese moment.
Shit
okay?
like that.
No, that's a Tyrese moment. Y'all know the Tyrese moment? No,
Tyrese moment.
It's like in the clutch. We're too close to the end for you to jack up now, okay? Because Tyrese, if y'all don't know, if y'all saw the Defiant Ones or whatever, that documentary about like Jimmy and Dr. Dre, whatever. But
that's so good.
I saw like the beginning of it because I was like, okay, this is gonna require a commitment and a weekend off. But the first when I saw the beginning of the first part of it, it's Dr. Dre talking to his friends. Tyrese took a video in the studio because the original deal for Beats by Dre, the original deal with Apple was for $4 billion. That was the original deal.
And Tyrese fucked around and tweeted it or something?
No, worse. So literally, it was the night before the deal was going to be announced. Apple and Dr. Dre, they had agreed they would sign it at noon and do a press conference at noon and announce it at noon the next day. So Dre was in the studio with a bunch of his homies, whatever, doing music, and it's the night before. It was probably like maybe 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, like it was late. And so he told, you're thinking this is your intimate group of friends. He told them, hey y'all, at noon, I'm gonna sign a $4 billion deal with Apple for Beats. So they pop champagne, that's cool. They all hype, that's cool. They play music, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? They jamming, that's cool. But the problem is Tyrese pulls out his little phone and decides to do a selfie and say, hey, we made it, y'all. Yeah. We made it. He with the wide shot. He hit him with the wide shot with Dre. He's like, hey Dre, hey, we made it, dog. We got that $4 billion. So you know what Apple did? Apple called them because the video went viral. So Apple was like, no, we're pulling the deal. They said we need to renegotiate. Apple said we'll give you $1 billion because the thing is they wasn't gonna give up, the Beats because it's like too many people want it,
Apple's very secretive.
But no, Apple's
everything.
Right, and that's Apple's big thing is secrecy. They like you do not go public until paperwork is signed. They always do paperwork press conference. And Tyrese had to go and do a little stuff. First of all, Tyrese, why are you talking about we? Okay?
You know what we call that? You know what we call that, Tyrese?
I would have.
You know what we call that Tyrese moment? Old school sports public. We call that a Chris Webber moment.
We call that.
Dang, brother. You call a timeout. You ain't got no timeouts. Right. God damn it, man.
Jack it up. Yeah, man. Like I'm telling you, that is. I was like, who has a friend that jacks them out of $3 billion? Woo! I mean, it's obviously this
ain't
$1
no
billion.
friend of mine. Hello.
That's what I'm saying. See, that's the guy, the Buffalo Bills guy. What's his name? That did this. The one.
Don Beebe.
Oh gosh. See, that's Don Beebe pulled the Tyrese moment. You sitting here, you stretching out too quick.
Yep.
Quick. Celebrating too quick.
Yep. And it was
Don't
Dallas. I think
too
it was
quick.
like Dallas. I think they were playing Dallas or somebody, and dude come up and knocked that shit down, right out his hand at the 1 yard line.
Ooh. Pride come before a fall, honey. And if he didn't made it, they would have won.
Oh, easy. Yeah. That was kind of like a turnaround.
Turnaround moment.
That was like a who?
Yeah, the Cowboys won that game. They were up.
Oh yeah, I know. I said that.
No, he's talking about how the Bills.
I'm talking about the Bills. How
Super
BB
Bowls.
dropped that ball right at the 1.
And I call it a Tyrese moment.
Finn's in the
He
room
called
now.
it
He wasn't in the room when I started
moment.
talking about it.
Yeah.
Are there any baseball references?
I was talking about the Bills are probably the best team that never won because they went 4 times in a row. You know.
You're telling the story wrong.
You're telling the story wrong.
Well,
What the hell? Come tell
here
us
and
the
tell
story,
the story.
Finn fucking Jones.
Yeah. All right, we got
Jim
Jones,
Jones.
everybody.
Behind the
tell
way,
the
there's
story,
like
right?
a ballistic missile threat right now in Hawaii.
Really?
Really?
Oh, they said. Wait,
Did it just take over the news or something?
Yeah.
Holy shit! Bang, bang, bang.
But anyways,
wow.
back to the Bills. Who gives
Yeah,
a shit?
yeah, right.
I'm gonna fuck Hawaii.
We'll not talk about football. Fuck it.
The Cowboys were up by 30. They intercepted that ball, and that's like a moment of like you never give up.
Yeah.
Because they were down by like 30 fucking points, and Don Beebe ran, who was it? Leon Letter, and knocked the ball out of his hand and won. He had no chance of winning, but you just never give up.
Oh, I thought y'all
Hey,
had a
see,
chance to win.
Cause
We're
sometimes,
down by like 40 fucking points.
Oh, I didn't know that. Damn. Well, you know, hey, you let Tom Easter tell the story and it's a little better. Hello.
That being said, as a Bills fan, it brings me immense joy.
Have y'all ever won? How many Super Bowls have y'all ever won?
0.
Really?
Yeah.
That was what she asked earlier.
I feel,
was like,
yeah, I was
I don't know.
wondering, you know, I feel like y'all gonna have y'all's Red Sox moment soon. You just gotta like. Also, isn't it the team with the worst record gets the first pick in drafts, right?
The Bills made the playoffs this year, so.
No. Oh,
Yeah.
No, but that's usually how it works, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so y'all was getting good players back in this like.
So it'll be the Cleveland Browns.
I honestly, the biggest problem with the Bills is they went 8-8 or 7-9 every single year, and we're getting not making the playoffs and then getting the 14th pick and taking like a cornerback or a wide
yeah,
receiver or something.
yeah.
Shit.
Yep.
I
That
mean-
happened to my Falcons in the Vic years. That's why I hate. I hate defending the fact that he wasn't a good quarterback. So many people are like, Vic was great. He was good. Okay, his rookie season, he was the most amazing thing we'd ever seen. But that was the only season he played all the games. Every other season after that, he never played a full season. He
Really?
was always
I thought
hurt.
his stats,
Oh man, and he threw the ball too hard. Everybody knows Vic would be from here to you, and he'd be like, "Ugh!" I mean, the only person that could catch Vic's passes was Algie Crumpler. You know what I'm saying? And the dude probably has his hands in ice right now from playing with Vic all those years. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm
He
guaranteed.
was probably happy he got arrested. He was like, oh,
He was
my
like,
hands
man,
are great."
fuck that, boy. My hand, I can't even jack off if this motherfucker throwing me the ball. Hello? I mean, he threw the ball. Thing about Vic was his talent was amazing, but he just wasn't a true quarterback, and I hated. I liked it, but he was the same way. We'd have an 8-8 season or a 9-something season and shit like that, and then come playoff time and shit like that, it was just like he wasn't there.
Yeah.
He went, and now it's like Matt Schaub's in the game and shit. And then Schaub will come out and show that true quarterback shit, and then you have half Atlanta wanting Schaub, half Atlanta wanting to keep Vic. Fuck, it was
Schwab,
just,
not Schwab, ladies and gentlemen.
it was a problem, you know.
That ballistic missile was a false alarm.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
see, I thought it was
Everybody
supposed to
freaked
too.
out. Yeah.
But
They just-
see, they were going back and forth. So the final word is, because I
It's
heard
a
first.
false alarm.
Okay, good.
You know
Hawaii-
those Amber Alert text you get? All of Hawaii got one where it popped up and it said, ballistic missile threat inbound to Hawaii. Seek immediate shelter. This is not a drill.
Oh my
You know
God.
how fucking scary that would be, dude.
Wow.
How many people wreck their car out there? What's going on out there?
That's what popped up on everyone's phone in Hawaii, and then it was a false alarm.
They gotta rethink that. If that's
And
true,
I think
Somebody
seek
got
shelter.
fired.
if that's
Oh, yeah.
true, yeah, there's people that probably was like, did you just get this text? I'm out of here.
Missile.
And they left work. There's probably motherfuckers that were fighting in the grocery store.
Concert, whatever.
Who knows, man? I'd have been in full survival mode.
Yeah.
A missile inbound.
You want to see humans show their real side?
Right.
Put them in full survival mode.
The Walking Dead.
They
That's
don't be
how,
no
that,
go
no,
first
like,
shit.
literally, The Walking Dead is how human beings would be. You know, minus the makeup. Like that's how human beings would be if there were really zombies on this earth. Are you kidding me? We would be like, listen. And then to know that like if everyone had it, how it on the show,
right.
when you die and then you become one, I'll be the second you die. I'm like, shh. I'm Kill Bill in your behind, okay? Shh. Okay?
Yeah,
With that Japanese steel, all right?
I can't watch that show
Shout out
because
to
it
my
bothers
third
me. Too much
This is
stuff like that.
insane. They it took them 30 minutes before anyone said it was a mistake. This person said there was
What?
pandemonium on the island. Everyone was in chaos and terror. It took them 30 minutes before anyone was like, oh.
And how did they alert
30
them? Did they send a
It
new
popped-
text?
I don't know on the alert, but they said this guy was on vacation with his fiance and they were on the bed playing on their phone. It popped up and then went outside and the whole hotel was just freak. Everyone was just running.
Oh gosh.
Oh my God.
What if somebody committed
Screaming,
suicide? I mean,
everything.
did people? I hope no one committed suicide. Because sometimes when people feel like something like imminent death is coming, they'll
Right.
just see like.
It took almost 45 minutes after about a second alert. went to all the phones telling people. But for
Oh
45 minutes, people thought I missed
bro,
what was in
that's a big deal.
Probably because somebody spent 30 minutes yelling at the person who sent that. They were like, "What is your problem?" And I'm like,
"Oh my god!" People were running into basements of hotels, hiding under tables, going under cars.
Imagine all the footage we're about to get to see, though.
Right.
It's gonna be pretty
Yo.
funny. I mean,
you don't know where it's coming.
motherfuckers.
Imagine on the street, you don't know if it's, you just get under a car and hope that
There's gonna be some good like video footage of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Oh yeah, it's gonna be good.
dang.
Dude, that's insane, man. I almost would have liked to have been there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why. I love chaos.
Yeah.
I've always dreamed about having to go into survival mode and like seeing how long I can make it type shit. You know what I'm talking about?
You know, like Kyle Mahonigan, that's his worst fear, man.
Kyle
Anytime we're in public places, he's so paranoid.
Really?
Like, complete opposite of you. Yeah, like
Dude, I'm always ready for shit to hit the fan. Trust me on that. You know, like I live by myself in a fucking van. I'm ready to goddamn live in a cave if I need to. You know what I'm saying? Bang, bang, bang. No, I'm gonna snatch a little bitch up on the way though. Hello, I'm gonna goddamn recreate. You know what I'm saying?
That's great. 45 minutes of silence after. You got Omaha, Nebraska church family in the house.
What's up, Nebraska out there? Huh? Better sooner than later. Hello, bang, bang, bang. Ah, fucked up again. I think that's Oklahoma. That's the Sooners.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Nebraska is corn husking. Hello, take that corn, make some motherfucking white lightning.
Man.
I'm probably wrong about that too, but two things I don't really know about: college football, alcohol. Hello.
Have you ever drank alcohol in your life?
Yeah, I drink every now and then. I drank last night. I drank a couple of Jaegers because my ankle was a little sore. I have such bad teeth that when I lived in Vegas, I had like this back left tooth had just a straight hole in it. It was just like if like all that was left was the complete outside of my tooth. You know what I'm talking about? It was like somebody sent a miniature missile into my tooth and blew the inside out. Dude, the whole inside was completely hollow. I would eat and food would get in there and I'd have to pick it out with a toothpick and you could see the fucking nerve in there and shit. It was the most painful thing in my life. So I'm so good with pain. Like I went for like 6 months like that, and then finally it got so bad that I couldn't fucking move or talk.
Why did it happen?
Without fucking drinking alcohol, you know. I just have bad teeth. My dad's always had bad. He's from Arkansas. I just have bad gums, really. My teeth ain't that bad. People see me smiling on my shows and shit, and they'll be like, "You have good teeth." I'm thinking, I wish. Like I have the worst teeth. It's the gums, you know. And so that shit hurt. It would hurt so bad that I would have to just wake up and pound alcohol like a fucking straight alcoholic. I used to drink vodka and Red Bull. Like it wasn't, like it was going out of style. Dude, the house in Vegas, I wish I could find that old picture. The fucking top of the refrigerator was lined with vodka bottles. The whole top, we had them cabinets that went around the whole ceiling and they had enough room from the fucking top of the cabinet to the ceiling. All through the ceiling, 2 or 3 deep in some places, bro. Like I would buy, once I figured out you could buy like $8 and $10 bottles of vodka, like bottles. I was at the Ralph's or the Smiths. It's the Smiths in Vegas, or the Albertsons. I'd be at the Albertsons or the Smiths buying vodka every 3 days, you know.
Wow.
It ruined my relationship with the neighbor chick I was fucking. She was.
You didn't say girlfriend, you said neighbor chick you was fucking.
I mean, you know, she was an older chick. We both didn't know. We both really wasn't sure about each other, you know, so, but we had fun, you know. We were both old enough to be able to enjoy each other without having to be like, nah, I want you to be my girlfriend, you know, or any dumb shit like that, you know, so, but she put up with a lot of irritable days with me because it's just my fucking teeth. I could never have a good day. I could hardly ever have a good day.
My God.
It sucked. So dude, it was so bad. It hurt so bad that when I finally went to the dentist, and he shot the Novocaine in my gums, he had to wake me up. I was like, no, from relief. I passed out from relief. I went like this. I went, ah, and I was about to go to sleep because I'd been waking up at 3, 4 in the morning every night just in pain. When he fucking hit me with that Novocaine and that pain finally went away for the first time in like fucking 3 or 4 months, I was like, oh, and I almost went to sleep. And he was like, wake up, kid. He was like, man, you was in pain, wasn't you? I was like, yes, sir. He goes, I've never heard somebody sigh in relief when I give them a shot. He was like, you really needed that Novocaine. I was like, yeah. Like, it felt so good, bro, for that shit to finally be numb. When he pulled that tooth, instantly, I fucking instantly had energy back and shit. Like,
so he pulled it and then it just healed?
Yeah, it just heals and you never know. It's like it was never even there.
You make me a lot more confident about going to the dentist now.
Huh?
I should come up there.
Yeah, it wasn't.
No, I was just,
It was great. Like, my teeth, your teeth, trust me, people, your teeth will get so bad that you will want to go to the dentist. It forced me there.
You're giving me confidence about going to the dentist because it's like, I didn't go for 5 years and then I went 2 years ago. I found out I had 5 cavities. Got them filled, and then, now it's been like 2 years and it's like, but the struggle be hard out here, like the dentist.
Yeah, that's expensive, man.
I just got Medi-Cal. When I say I just got Medi-Cal, so now I can like make an appointment and stuff, but I'd be scared. I'd be like, oh man, they gonna tell me. Every time I used to go to the dentist as a kid. I don't know if you did this. Did you like floss your teeth? You know what I'm saying? Or do all the extra stuff? Your mom's like, okay, you have a dentist appointment in 2 weeks, so every day you floss 3 times a day, mouth washing. Meditating, like, just come on, like, you're like, no, I gotta get these teeth on point, because the dentist makes you feel a different type of shame.
I think that's why my teeth are so bad. As a kid, I didn't go. I didn't hate it. We didn't have the money. There was never that, like, monthly or weekly thing in my house, like, you're going to the dentist.
As a kid,
I've had such a like strong body my whole life. My teeth.
You have to. Broke people are strong. I've been a lot stronger since I've been broke. Okay, you just have to.
Right.
I'm like the Hulk over here. All right, I'm like the fro.
When you mentioned fillings, that's what it was. When you was like, how'd the holes get there? That's what it was. First it was a cavity, and then they scraped it out and put fillings in it. And then, I had them fillings for so long. They did that when I was a teenager. Like, the one time I finally did go to the dentist, I already needed fillings. So they did that, and then fucking, finally as an adult, 30-something-year-old adult, 15, 16-year filling, it fucking came out one day, eating food. And then for like months, it was just a hole. I had to get both back teeth removed, both of them, because it was just so painful. I'm telling you, even if there's like a thing in the military handbook that tells you that one of the only, it lists some of the pains you can't overcome. And tooth pain, they were like, it's one of the top ones. You can't overcome certain tooth pain.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be shot in the fucking ribs and they can sew it up and hit you with Novocaine and some shit and make and make you feel good.
Well, it's everything. This is everything. You're constantly like, even when you breathe, like this moves.
Well, that's where the history behind that scene in that movie Castaway with Tom Hanks. Remember when where he took that rock and put it in his mouth? The ice skate. He took that rock and just. It's either do that or die. It was either do that or die, because once it starts pussing up and all that shit, that shit'll go into your brain or right down into your heart.
Oh yeah.
You're gone. It's like an abscess tooth or something like that.
That's how my grandpa died, because he was in the hospital and he had a gingivitis infection, and then it ended up going.
My gums have been so bad for so long. It pisses me off to think about how strong I actually would be if I would have been like a little rich fuck that would have been able to take care of my teeth all these years.
Right.
Like, cause the shit I do now, at 37, I rolled my ankle on Monday, and it's Friday. And I'm fucking back in the game. Like, I can't play yet, but I could, like, if shit went down right now, a missile, I could run to my van probably and get in there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I love how it's really the richest people have the best health insurance, and I'm like, to do what though? Like, really?
To sit around in their fucking house.
Literally, you have the best health insurance to sit around. The people who really need health insurance, the people that are building these fancy hotels that you go to, and that are like doing construction on the roads you drive on, and building your houses, like, those people are literally like, those are the people who need health insurance. Yeah. Did you ever see Sicko, that Michael Moore documentary?
Yeah.
It's about like American healthcare system versus like other European and
it's hard for me to watch documentaries. I
sometimes
always.
They're good. I like this one just because I feel like For me, the truth is always crazier than you know.
Well, yeah, of course.
Rest of
But
the
my
fiction,
thing is,
but
I'll stroll through them, and I love to read about what the documentary's about.
Yeah.
And I'll trick myself. I'll be like, oh yeah, this is gonna be good. And I get through like 2 or 3 minutes, man. If it starts out slow, you lost me. Documentary maker motherfuckers. Listen, you gotta be more like that Corbin dude or whatever his name is. Make them fast from the get.
Well, have you
and
seen-
then slow that
Cocaine
shit down a
Cowboys.
little bit. You know, make it like a comedian's fucking set, alright? You wanna come out, bang, 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 alright? Then throw some little shit in the middle that, you know, might be a little low. And then fucking hit them in the end again. Bang, 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 alright? God damn it. I get into your documentary 3 minutes in and I'm about to fall asleep. I'm like, fuck it. I wake back up and I turn my phone to something else. Hello?
Well, have you seen a Michael Moore documentary?
I don't think, what's
Michael
it do?
Moore, he's done like Fahrenheit
think so.
9/11. I think you would like. I think that style of documentary he done it because he's all about because his father worked in Detroit. He's from Detroit, Flint, but his father worked in the auto industry, and his father was like a victim.
I've heard his name.
Yeah, so his father was a victim of like when they shut down the auto industry, and then that's why all his documentaries are all about like for the people, like why don't the people have free healthcare? Why are you lying about Columbine and
Yeah.
all these things like that? So it's like. Some people say it's like propaganda, but fucking everything's propaganda at some point. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
But
right.
it's not. It's really like with the healthcare though. He met a man that was a carpenter. It's from one of the somewhere in the South. I forgot which state, but basically he was a carpenter and he was cut his 2 fingers off, his ring finger and his middle finger off with a saw on accident. So he goes to the hospital. He had the fingers. They did him nice. He goes to the hospital and the hospital's like, okay, well, which finger do you want reattached? Because it's $10,000 to reattach your ring finger and $15,000 to reattach your middle finger.
That's some baby back bullshit. So he just
So
had to
he-
choose
yeah,
right
yeah,
there.
yeah.
For
so
his
he had-
salary or
no,
whatever.
because literally, so he was married, so he was like, he had his ring finger reattached so he could wear his wedding ring.
I'd have been
And
like,
like-
I can't put the other one on
Meanwhile-
layaway, dog. You know what I'm saying? Let's
Me-
get this motherfucking finger on layaway.
Right, but meanwhile, in the next scene, right, there's another guy that Michael Moore interviews who's a carpenter who lives in Canada, right? The same thing, saw, but now he cut off all 5 of his fingers in a saw accident. He literally, the saw just lost control and went right across his hand, like just swipe.
Wow.
So he was, he was in shock, but he got his fingers onto the ice thing. Always put your fingers on ice if they
always.
get cut off.
Because they can
Always
reattach.
ice.
Yeah.
Right. So he goes.
Which is crazy.
Right.
Which is fucked up, but hey, you think about
Hey,
it.
right. I mean, so he
Holy
he goes to the hospital and he got all 5 of his fingers reattached,
Uh-huh.
and he got a year of free physical therapy, all of his medications for free, and he got paid time off work and he's like
Yeah, it's Canada.
independent contractor. Right. But the thing was, it was like all that for free, and it's just so crazy to me. It's just like we pay all this money on taxes, but yet why I gotta choose between my middle and my ring finger?
I hate talking
Like-
about the taxes. We pay money up for taxes for a lot of reasons, so the fucking police can constantly fuck us. It just gets. I want to talk about how amazing the human body is because motherfuckers getting their shit sawed off, reattached. My boy Chris Stevens, speaking of him, he told me a story about one time he was downtown, right? And him and my buddy Charles, him and his buddy Charles, old half man, they were walking and they both had their girlfriends with them. And these military dudes walked by, and one of them looked at Chris's girlfriend and said, "What's up, girl?" and like smacked her on the ass out of nowhere. And Chris, that's the wrong motherfucker to do that to. Chris Stevens, that motherfucker 0-2 on her real quick, boy. So Chris said he just popped him. Bam! But that motherfucker was a hoss, and Chris said he hit that dude hit him so hard that it knocked his 2 front teeth out, and it knocked him out to where like it knocked him completely out where the fucking crown shit and all that shit was out, right? And like he had to like that's the thing, like he still fought dude off and found his teeth and grabbed them
And then put him back.
and he said he stuck them back in that night, bro.
Well,
He went
that's
to the
gnarly.
he went to the hotel room and
That's-
washed them up in the sink and stuck them back in.
That's gnarly.
And the dentist told him that fucking helped him. That he was like, well, now I can actually save them. Like they saved him or some crazy shit like that. I don't know what the fucking
milk too. Did you say put your teeth in milk? But I don't. If you find him, if you're going straight to the dentist for having put him back, put it in milk.
That motherfucker's tongue. He said his tongue was split
Man.
down the middle too, and he had stitches. That motherfucker must have hit that motherfucker with the whole USA. Bang, bang, bang. You know what I'm saying?
USA. USA.
I was at the Comedy Store the other night, and Steve-O.
Uh-huh.
Man, he was on stage and smiled, and that guy had the straightest white teeth I've ever seen. And
They're false.
Obviously,
Yeah.
it's Steve-O.
Yeah,
and
of
it's
course.
like, man, he just had his entire mouth, probably, how much?
Yeah, but you know the
veneers?
Oh,
That's what it was, but those
Yeah.
are like 10K a pop or something.
That's how bad my teeth are. I've always like daydreamed of having
As soon as I
It's
go
perfect
back
false
Yeah,
teeth
man.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I give anything.
you get a
I give
six-figure
anything.
check.
Yeah. It ain't gonna make me any more fuckable. I mean, he's, hello. I mean, fuck.
Have you ever noticed?
I believe you're as fuckable as you believe you are fuckable.
I got a perfect six pack. I believe I'm pretty fuckable. It just doesn't show out here like I'm out around. I'll think I look good. I'll think I look good, and I'll look over, and this Persian dude will be standing there, and he's like one size up from me, just as chiseled and perfect, but with fucking like bronze looking skin and black perfect hair, and I'm like,
travel tattoo.
this is why bitches don't fuck me.
No, what are you talking about? Dude, you gotta just own what you got, man. This is the thing. At the end of the day, we've all been dealt the cards we've been dealt, but you gotta own what you got. Listen, confidence is the sexiest thing to a woman and to guys.
I'll tell you what I'm guilty of.
Yeah.
Is being a hypocrite, because I get onto these little fucking Indian girls and Asian girls about being racist. I'm like, you're single, bitch, because you're racist. Because there's a white boy out there that would fucking do anything for you. A Latin girl, oh my God, a little mamacita, a little 5'2".
You
know what I'm talking about?
Why you talking about he placing an order? This ain't Burger King.
I like little chicks.
I'll have the 5'2".
I like little petite chicks.
The
So
cappuccinos.
if you're small and you got silky black hair and brown skin, I'll fucking do anything, right? But they don't fuck with me because of the freckles and shit. And I'm the same way though. I only try for them girls. If I was to actually try for a nice looking black chick, because I've always vibed with them, we've always gotten along, or a fucking white girl, which I've always, but the thing is, I've grown up my whole life dating white and black girls. I'm from fucking Atlanta. That's all I've ever fucking had. I want a fucking Spanish girl, I've never dated a Chinese girl. I've had to pay to fuck them.
Well, have you asked one out?
Yeah, they don't even like.
Okay,
I tried to come up to this Chinese girl and say hey one day, and she walked across the street like I was
She
a
might
black
not
dude
spoken
with a fucking
English. Like,
hoodie
I'm
on.
not lying. Like there's a large Asian population here, and there's of course a lot. Most
I
of
hear
them
that
speak
so
English,
much.
but most of them speak English, but there's also
K-Town.
some of them that I'm telling you, dude, K-Town. Listen, look, the key really is confidence, man. I'm just saying, and I know you have, but it's like you gotta really believe it. Stop beating up on yourself. So what? You got freckles? Who cares? Like my booty is in my stomach, and I'm still confident. Okay, you gotta just work with what you got. Okay, that's where the coochie juice is stored anyway. So
That's
you're
right,
welcome.
hey.
So I don't.
There you go. Sweet juice.
You
Flip
know?
loose. You know what I'm saying? All right, well, shit. Jim Beam has got his hands on his hips. We gotta wrap this thing up. Tell them where they can find you, Chelsea girl.
Oh, y'all can find me on Instagram, and I do funny videos on there. So I'm at CHELSEG and comedy. So on Twitter as well, Chelsea G Comedy. So catch me there.
Chelsea G. She didn't want to put that Louisiana last name back there because it's hard to spell. You know what I'm saying?
You
Us
know,
people from the
yeah,
South, we know that it's
yeah.
got that R-E-A-U-X.
Yeah,
Hello?
G-R-E-A-U-X.
There's some
If you
solid
see that
letters somewhere.
E-A-U-X on the motherfucker name,
Yeah.
Louisiana. You
Yeah.
already know.
Well, my grandfather, I'm actually Virgin Islands, St. Thomas. My grandfather's from St. Thomas, so yeah, it's all, but they're all,
Yeah.
that whole area is all that.
That's that Creole. That's where the
Yeah.
Creole in Louisiana come from, the Virgin Islands. Yep.
Exactly.
Hell yeah. All right, people.
All right,
y'all know where
well.
to find me Monday, Wednesday, Friday on the Young Pear Smoke. Twitter, ATLN80. Facebook, Thomas Easter. Instagram, Mr. Easter. Keep showing support for the Young Cloudy and Rowdy podcast. We're on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher. And if this goes well, we'll start being on YouTube Live. Hey, thanks
Everybody loved it, man.
everybody
Great
that
show.
plays
Great
in.
show.
I'm glad you bad motherfuckers was here. Easter Army, stay strong. I love you motherfuckers. Bang, bang, bang. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
Thanks, girl.
Yeah, no thanks. That was fun. I'm glad I came in here to eat my Chipotle.